Port Authority Deputy General Manager Anisha Turlahi confirms she's conducting an investigation into recent hires at the autonomous agency that may have violated the port's very rules and regulations with regard to employment of family members.
It says spouses and persons within the first degree of relation, such as brother, sister, parent, child, may not be employed with the Port Authority in a direct supervisory subordinate relationship in the classified or unclassified service. Whenever there is already 2 or more members of an immediate family in the public service under the Port, no other members of such family shall be eligible for appointment.
Turlahi confirms she's received numerous complaints from various individuals who believe they may have been bypassed for promotions or watched as certain managers and other employees' family members were brought on board.
We do have complaints of family members that are here, and although some of them may have been here prior to this policy coming out, because I know some of them, the ones that have been recently hired maybe should not have been hired based on this kicking in August of 2009.
KUAM anonymously obtained a listing of more than 80 individuals at the agency with various familial ties that are employed at the port, from spouses and siblings to in-laws and cousins. We asked Turlahi if the listing is accurate, as she was controller for the port back in the mid-90s.
Most of these I recognize from the past since I was here, and without looking at the staffing pattern, I cannot vouch for it 100%, but I could say 90% this is an accurate list.
For instance, an individual working in the Human Resources Division allegedly has a husband, son, sister, cousin, and an in-law employed at the agency, while the Corporate Services Manager has allegedly managed to bring her sister, 3 in-laws, and a nephew on board. A marketing employee allegedly has 7 family members employed at the port, including her husband, 2 uncles, and 2 cousins, who are all employed in the same division, while her brother and in-law are in other sections at the port.
If these individuals on the list are directly or perhaps a layer removed from the sister or the brother, then I personally, of course subject to the board approval, would recommend that they be transferred to another section. And they all have, like all other port employees, would have to perform.
Turlahi confirms her investigation is also to determine why some individuals with the same position titles are receiving differing pay. She's also looking into how one individual was hired as a Clerk 3 and several months later in March managed to be transferred to an administrative position with higher pay.
We definitely don't want to go down on the books here as hiring only family members, because we do have procedures in place, and I myself would like to see those procedures followed and be competitive for all the community. And like I said, with this administration, transparency and accountability are on the top of the list.
Turlahi says she wants to make it clear that you don't need to have a relative working at the port to get a job at the agency, and that the merit system and the agency's rules and regulations will be followed when it comes to hiring and promotions.
We will do our best to look further into this, and also to be fair, because I think we need to make it available for everybody to compete for these positions as they open up.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Mindy Egan.